Hello all and welcome to my channel where I'm just this random guy on YouTube with a finance and accounting degree that just pretty much wants to share everything that I know. So in today's video, I want to discuss something that I always wanted to share, which is the things that I use to make my YouTube video. It's really low budget, really simple, and anyone can get started with these things that I'm about to list. Now I know how it feels. If you're someone out there that wanted to start doing a YouTube video, you thought it was so difficult thing to do, you need to spend all this money and all this equipment. Well, I got news for you. After you see this video, you recognize you do not need much. Really, you don't need hardly anything to get this started. The first thing you're gonna need is not a camera. Use your cell phone. If you have a cell phone, you already have a built-in camera. In my case, I have an iPhone. I have an iPhone 13. I do all my recordings on my iPhone. Now, first of all, I am a perfectionist. If I know myself, if I did not use my phone, I would have bought the latest and the best camera, the best lighting, all these things to get started. But I wanted to just start and master with what I have now, because your cell phone and the camera on it is perfect. It gets the job done. This is what I'm using right now to record my videos. Now, is it the best camera in the world? No, but truthfully, it doesn't really matter about the type of camera you have. It's about how you prepare it and how you set it up. Anyone can have the best camera in the world, but it could just suck at recording and suck at taking pictures. So work with what you got and trust me, you get a lot done with it. Now the next thing that I use and I recommend you get as well is get a Hardwire microphone. I'm using one right now and it cost me like $15 on Amazon. I'll post the link in the description in this video so you guys can see it. I prefer to get a Hardwire microphone for $15 because I gotta put some investment into YouTube. I don't really like the way it sounds with not using a wired mic and using the mic on the iPhone or your Droid phone or whatever phone you have, because it just sounds very echoey and it don't sound that great. Now, my opinion is just get a Hardwire mic. Does it sound like the top professional microphones? No. Funny story. In my headphones, I had like this foam thing covering the mic. One day I left my mic down to the ground and my dog ate it. And if you see, I'm still using it to this day because I'm trying to work with what I got. And once I get monetized and I start making some money, I'm gonna take that money, reinvest it and buy better equipment. But I know once I buy the equipment, I know what to buy and how to use it because I'm mastering what I have now. The next thing I will buy is a tripod and a ring light. Right now I'm getting the light from my ring light, and usually when I first started recording, I didn't use the ring light as much. I relied on the light that was coming from the street. I have a window here on the side and I was using that as my light. But there's a problem when it gets cloudy randomly, and I live here in Florida, it could rain at any moment. All of a sudden your scene gets darker or it gets lighter when the clouds go away. So I just close my blinds, put a ring light on, and that's it. The ring light cost me, what is it? Like $26.99 is what I spent for my ring light. So do you really need it? Not necessarily. It just depends on where you're recording and if you have great natural light. But in the area where I'm in, there's not a structure around it, so it can lose light throughout the day. But by all means, don't let this be a reason why you do not record. I just got the lighting because I've seen other videos and everyone discussed about how important the lighting is and how important it is to have at least a decent microphone. So you can get started without it. I see people do videos walking in the street with just a camera pointing to them and they just talk. That's it. Walking in the street, just talking, and they get millions of views and they have millions of subscribers. So really, you do not need to be a professional at professional lighting. You get started with anything. Now for the editing, this is something we're all gonna need to use, and out of everything that I've used, that probably had the longest learning curve, but it really wasn't that bad. It really was simple. It seemed very intimidating to do a lot of editing on the videos, but there's apps out there, and this one I'm gonna recommend is free that you can use. Now, a lot of people use CapCut. I never use CapCut. I don't know how, but I just stumbled upon using what they call InShot. InShot is free. You don't need to pay. You can start recording, do your editing, it's free. The only thing about it is it has a watermark, and that watermark, in order to remove it, you need to listen to an ad. So go ahead, do that. I did that for like 6-7 months until I got annoyed with it because it does take a little long, and sometimes it doesn't give me the credit and the watermark will stay there and it won't remove. But overall, you can use it. It's free. That's an option. I pay for the yearly subscription because it was only like 16 bucks and it removes the watermark and it opens up other features that they have within the app. Other features I really don't use much because my videos are not so cinematic. I'm not doing all these crazy things in my video. I just really use it for the text. I do it a lot for like removing backgrounds and stuff like that. But hands down, it's a very simple app to use. And I have an iPhone. I do everything on my iPhone. I don't do nothing on a computer, a laptop, nowhere. I use this InShot app on my phone, which I think is really the only way you can use it. And that's it. It's amazing. So I could just be anywhere randomly and then just start editing some of my videos for a little bit right there on the spot. It makes it easy, extremely easy. And there's videos online as well that give tutorials. So you can check those videos out. It's very helpful. The next thing I use, and it's not from editing, well, I could use some of it for editing purposes, but I use it mainly for my graphics and doing thumbnails, which is Canva. Canva is amazing. Canva has everything you need to make a thumbnail. It even has a design template where you can start building your own thumbnails and putting your pictures in there and doing a whole bunch of great stuff with it. It is free. You do not need to spend any money with Canva. I started out using Canva, the free version. There is a version you pay for, but I started using the free version. And all my thumbnails I have been using in Canva, and it's just amazing. So you don't need to hire any fancy person to do your thumbnails. Just take a look at other people's thumbnails, see how they work, try to mimic it, and you could do it. Because if you ask me, a lot of people's thumbnails are very similar. There's nothing that's really out there. Some people literally put a picture of them being somewhere, like here, right now, this backdrop, and just add some text, and that's it. You don't need to make it overly complicated, but if you wanted to, Canva had it. You want to take it to a whole new level, which I did. But there's other ways around it. You could just go to some website out there. There's a lot of them. You could Google search background remover, and you can send a picture to the site, and then within seconds, they'll convert it. You could download it. They bring it to Canva without a background. It just seemed like a lot of work, really, to just do that for all things I needed backgrounds removed. It was an option, but like I said, Canva was so great to me. I've been doing so many great things with making thumbnails and whatnot that I decided, you know what, I pay. And I pay right now, I think it was $13.99 a month or $12.99 a month. I can always stop, but to be honest with you, you need it for YouTube for thumbnails. There's really no other way around it. So that's it. That's all the things that I use to make my YouTube video. As you notice, it doesn't cost me a lot. The number one thing that YouTube costs, the biggest cost of everything, is your time and your commitment. I know, you watch all these videos, that's what everyone said. You need to put in so much work, you need your patience, and it is. But it only is as much work as you want to put into it. I fell into the trap of just watching other people who are extremely successful with YouTube, and I try to mimic their style. That takes a lot. Some people have videos that looks like it could go straight on Netflix. Very cinematic, and it's very difficult to do, but you need to really acquire that skill and possibly take a class or two and learn how to use it. But for me, I don't. I'm just a talking head. I don't put so much graphics in my video because I don't like that whole Times Square feel where I feel like every few seconds I'm just trying to grab your attention with flashes and all that B-roll and things all over the place. No. I just want to make things nice, simple, and easy, because the hardest thing to do on YouTube is to get in front of a camera and talk as comfortable as possible. So that's why I try to master the most, working with my camera on my phone, hardwire, plug it in, lamp, the light. I'm still getting better with my light, but hey, you can work with what you want. I'm sure you've seen videos out there where people don't have the best lighting in the world, and you're like, hey, why are they so successful? I could do that, but they're just good at conversing and having good video ideas. Oh yeah, I forgot. The number one thing that I use on the internet to be able to gain all this knowledge and give me the confidence is Think Media. Think Media helped me so much. Follow that channel. They start with everything from the basics to basically more advanced levels. And they give you a lot of tricks on things that you should do with your recording and your equipment, or how to get your videos more seen. I have no affiliation with them, but all the information they have online is very useful, very motivating, and it will give you a lot more confidence to make videos. So there you have it, guys. Hit record and start today.